Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Namaste. I, Dr. Janma Vasavda, an assistant professor of English subject at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University from Jyotirmay Parisar Chaitanya Studio, welcome you all. We are in the series of drama where we are studying the form, characteristics, its historical development, and the development according to the age. We have covered most of the drama elements and how it is different from comedy, what are the characteristics of it, and how to go ahead with the form drama. Today, I am going to deal with a very special drama today that is in your unit number 3 in paper number ENGM-309, Study of Drama, entitled as Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett. In previous class, we have already seen that Samuel Beckett has been a person who was from non-powered stream or non-canonical place. He studied in Trinity College and he has been working with several cities. He was a professor of French in France prior, and we have seen his life too. Theatre of Absurd, let me remind you, dear students, that Theatre of Absurd was influenced and enhanced by the existentialism ideas. These are the ideas which force you to think about your existence. It would give you more or less a pessimistic tone of life. If you are there, it is not a happy place to be most of the time. And yet you keep on questioning why things are like that. One such a drama or one such a thought of drama that has been represented by none other than Samuel Beckett is considered as one of the most experimentative and out of the box kind of a drama in his entire trend or time. Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot connotates two different elements, waiting and Godot. The title itself suggests that there is something that is to be wait on. And while you are waiting for something, you would definitely know what are you waiting for, why are you waiting for, and what is going to be the fruit out of the wait. But on the contrary, as it is example of absurd play, nothing is clear. No motive, no idea, nothing. Godot, if you look at the spelling Godot, Godot itself suggests that it has some of the critics believe that it has some connotations with Christianity, and it is also a harsh satire on Christianity, God. In other words, it is waiting for God after the World War, after the pessimist time, after the hardships or after the struggles that humanity has faced. It is in general faithlessness or faithlessness in God and humanity in general. Now, if you look at the characters, this is two-act play and it is termed as a tragic comedy, which means it is comical, folly, or weird or absurd in a lot of ways because it does not have a proper background as it would have appealing background. The plot is also eliminated or quite different. While we are talking about the play as setting, so setting, there is lifeless barren tree on a roadside and there are two people looking quite shabby On top of it, Bakke even do not wish that people will judge others characters from their attire. So only a few here and there notes are there how Estragon and Vladimir looks. Of course, detailed description of Lucky and Pozo is given, so we know who is what and how a character is behaving. But there are only 4 characters coming up on the stage, and only a boy that comes up in the last. Waiting for Godot by Samuel Bakke. We have 4 characters. I am going to talk more today and I'll show less PPT or points to you, because understanding the storyline or understanding the plot is more essential currently, and then we can go ahead with the criticism or the question and answers that we are supposed to follow. Estragon and Vladimir, these are 2 characters termed as or known as also Gogo and Didi. These people are sitting at a roadside under the barren, lifeless and leafless tree. See, if you look at the sketch of colors, that is also so pessimistic. It does not appeal you. The colors are not very eye-catchy, or the background is also not very much appealing. So Vladimir and Estragon, they are sitting at a roadside and they are waiting for a person named Godot. Godot, how long they are waiting for, they do not know. So the loss of time, the sense of counting the days or how long it has been happening, everything is lost. It seems that they are in some loop, consistency, but they are unable to go out of it. Pozo and Lucky. Pozo is a boss, relentlessly, mercilessly misbehaving and torturing their slave named Lucky, who was walking like a dog, behaving like a dog, and was absolutely silent. But dear learners, again, let me remind you that he is not deaf and dumb. He is a human being in form itself. He just acts out. And then accordingly, in the next act, the roles are reversed. You'll be able to see the major shift in these 2. Remaining entirely, everything is same. Right? So, according to both theatre critics and literary scholars, Bakke's Waiting for Godot is essentially a play where nothing happens not only once but twice. It also describes unending cycle, eternity. It feels that they are in loop, doing everything again and again and again. Right? This artistic movement was emerging in those times in 1950s in response to World War II. Loss of faith, loss of humanity, and loss of courage. Always questioning the idea of existence, the survival, and also Bakke has been a person who also happened to flee away from his place to the other safer side because of the Nazi army that we have discussed prior in our lecture. So Vladimir and Estragon wants to desperately have a sense of purpose in life. Generally, we say that any character or any human being thrives only and only when they have a purpose or a meaning in life. While they are always there, looking for something to do. Otherwise, they have nothing to do, right? And they believe that Godot will come, will arrive, and will save them. Just the way in Christianity, people thought and still believe that God will come and save them. An innate need of purpose serves as plays a central conflict. Although Beck emphasizes throughout that their goal is impossible to achieve. Even if you keep on thriving for, it is next to impossible that you consistently will be able to find purpose in life when you are hopeless from within. So this hopelessness, the idea of nothingness or the vacuum is surrounded in these two characters' life. Although the plot of the play as a whole is repetitive, one works to set up the absurd nature of characters' universe, and the other challenges the audience to understand what is going on. Because we think that storyline is important, action is important, dialogues are important. It's a quite unique play in a way that the dialogues are very repetitive, and yet you are forced to read further and further more. In this incidents where either a person or a character is removing a cap or a boot, or they are just waiting, or they are trying to hang themselves up, you see that there is constant one idea connotates, and that is hopelessness, and yet they are waiting. So there is really a dark side of human life where even though when you are hopeless, when you do not know what is going to happen further, and yet you continue to survive. This moment in which the recognition of the fact that many a times prior, perhaps waiting for this person, character named Godot has happened, and they constantly wait entire day or the next day, then the next day, and a boy comes up and says, Godot will not be able to come today, Godot will come on Friday. And then the boy vanishes. But then again the characters continue to wait. Beyond this strangeness of dialogue's content and delivery, the minimalism of the set and design, the futility of Estragon's physical struggle create the sense that the character exists. Rather than empty, the word defies explanation. The rising action of the play continues, they continue to wait, and then the interaction with Pozzo and Lucky. The way Pozzo is dealing with Lucky, and yet now, dear learners, here comes a minute change that you should observe. Even though there is no sense, they do not know how to overcome the continuity of the life or eternity of the actions that they are in for, yet they have sensibility and sense of emotions awakened. They are deeply moved with the way Lucky has been treated by Pozzo. They have that curiosity that why Pozzo is behaving like this, or why Lucky is not resisting. So this curiosity or the ideas that is coming up or the questions that they are asking is the fundamental rule of survival. And then because of that itself, they keep on surviving too, right? Through these details, the meaninglessness of the behavior emerges, and yet nothing do they observe and gets closer to Godot. Nothing happens, and the scene 2 or act 2 starts. After Pozzo and Lucky's exit, a boy enters on behalf of Mr. Godot, tells Estragon that his master will not come. That is the climax of Act 1, and Godot's absence and attempts to find purpose reinforces Vladimir's constant resolve to continue waiting for the Godot. The following day is the falling action of Act 1. We will be in next class observing the minute details along with some dialogues that I have cited for you from Act 1 and 2, and then we will discuss both. Till then, take care. Happy learning.
स्वाध्यायः